seekers of the world and everyone who's just trying to do their best. Right? Hopefully it's all of us. I mean, it's not always, clearly. Have you met people? Right? It's like we were talking about last time, like, the spiritual seekers are all on the mountain, right? And everyone is, regardless of their approach, on the same mountain heading towards the top of, hopefully, enlightenment, right? That's kind of what we're doing here. But there's lots of people milling around the bottom, and they have no intention of evolving or striving for anything that looks like evolution of the spirit. And that's fine, because we're going to be getting to clarity, right? That's a really great topic. Oh my gosh, it's so much of what my books are about. Oh, there's so much happening with my books right now. Yay, it's super exciting. Yeah, it's actually kind of starting to happen. My website, which will be set up to take pre-orders of the first book of the trilogy, will probably launch next week, which is super exciting. We're well over halfway of editing the first book. This is actually the third time I've edited this book. The first time was edited by a friend, and then it was edited by my first coach, and now it's being edited again by my current writing coach. So anyhow, it's like, I've kind of come to this conclusion that no matter who I put it in front of, they're going to want to edit it a different way. And at some point, I just have to decide for myself as the voice of the art, right? Like, what is good enough? Because there's a lot of times where stuff I've put in, either because it sounds interesting, it's lyrical, you read it in a certain way, or it just looks a certain way on the page, but it's maybe not technically correct English. Like, there's a lot of that I use just as, things to make books interesting that they sometimes want to take out. And so, that's kind of where my line is as the artist, of trying to find what side of that, each edit has to be on. So it's a lengthy process. Anyhow, it's happening. Yay. So DaleAllenRouse.com will be the website, my author website, for taking pre-orders of the books and, setting up any coaching calls. If you do want to do coaching with me, like I've said before, I'm available. It's $900 a month. I won't do it for less. I used to charge a lot more than that when I was doing it for real estate. So if you want to coach with me, that's available too. There's actually a free 20-minute coaching call link in the comments here on YouTube. So if you're at all interested in setting up a free 20-minute conversation just to talk about coaching, about anything really. If you're not even interested in coaching, you just want to, free shamanic reading, we can do that too, but just click on the link in the YouTube description of this video, and it will take you right there, and you can add 20 minutes onto my calendar. Okay, so that's what we have going on today. I'm excited to move forward. It is very Monday energy today because I am like, okay, I'm rested. I had a great weekend, and I am ready to hit the ground running. And again, like, did you see how, like, on week 3 into week 4, like, I was having that breakdown, right? What did I do? Like we've talked about before, the purpose of frustration and the purpose of overwhelm, right? We have reviewed that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch the videos where we talk about that. But, that's where most people fall down and just give up, right? The overwhelm, the frustration all sets in around week 3, and they're like, they don't know what to do, and they just fall apart, right? Chop wood and carry water. That's what you do. When you don't know what else to do, you chop wood and carry water, right? As the old Chinese proverb goes. I actually think there's more to it than that. I think the original quote was, and I'm guessing here, don't quote me on this, was that when you are working towards enlightenment, you chop wood and carry water. When you have reached enlightenment, you chop wood and carry water. Like, that was the whole gist of it. And so, what does that say to us, right? That there is a earthbound life here that we have to do in order to, just make life work and feed ourselves and take care of our, homes and things like this, that you have to do regardless of where you are on that personal evolution spectrum. So, that's what I did. Week 3 rolled around, it went into week 4, and I was having a complete breakdown. I was trying not to show it too much on video. See how that went. But, at this point, I've done I've reinvented myself enough to know that when I start anything new, that to just give myself grace in those tricky times, because you see it through and then you end up on a Monday like today where things are starting to fall into place and you're starting to get traction. Because what did we do when overwhelm hit? It's not like frustration where you just back off, right? Frustration hits, you know, that's your signal. That's time for God to do his work, right? You've done your work, right? Step off the gas. But when overwhelm comes, right? What did we talk about? You step off the gas 50%, not 100%. 50% with overwhelm. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. I had to keep making my contacts, and so glad I did, because the number of contacts that I'm making now are really starting to produce real results. I'm landing some whales. Hooray! Right? Like those really big people and big conversations that's going to move my life forward. Like those are starting to happen because of the groundwork that I started by just talking to people. Again, like we've talked about before, your opportunities will always come from others. They are not created in a vacuum. If you are looking to create more business, more life, more anything for yourself, if you're sitting there in front of your computer, you are failing. Go anywhere. Go take a class. Go out drinking. I have made some of my best business contacts just going out and partying on the night out, like on the town. Like just go do something where you're going to be in front of people. It was like me applying for those jobs all over town, like at bookstores and things like. I'm like, I just got to get in front of more people. I know that, right? Because those conversations and connections will lead to opportunities. Right? Oh, and by the way, like the whole like me looking for a job thing isn't working out too well, which is awesome. And again, you have to just keep it in terms of energetic and spiritual perception of these types of things, right? What do I mean by that? So yes, I believe that I am still correct in thinking that if I want to be an author and I want a job, I should be anywhere around books. Right? Because that sends a really clear message to the universe that I'm about books, right? So it's a little bit frustrating and a little bit like, okay, like keep your ego in check, because I can't even land like a minimum wage job because of a few things. But, you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's me testing the waters thing. What do I mean by that? So when I go and apply for a minimum wage job, knowing that the reason that I'm doing it is to be around books, not necessarily to make money, right? But that also comes with some really clear caveats, right? I won't accept, you know, like probably like anyways, I mean, I don't want to make it about money, but I don't want to be making like entry level, right? That would kind of hurt my soul a little bit. You know, unless it was a really great opportunity that I just couldn't pass up, that happened to be in publishing or, you know, then I'd be there. But I'm, you know, looking for a part-time job that's not entry level. And for someone who has to check the box, do you have a disability, right? And I do. And I'd have to have those conversations with an employer that I have a neurological movement disorder that may pop up at any time and take me out. You know, they might not be so thrilled to hire someone like that who they can't necessarily depend on all the time. You know, so it's tricky, and I know that, and I don't necessarily take it personally. I just keep, you know, throwing it out there and see what wants to land. That's my job. My job is to be committed to the process, not the outcome. So whether that's my lead generating, whatever it is that I'm doing here, right? I'm just looking for opportunity. I'm just talking to people. That's what I'm committing to, right? All the rest, that's just got to be left up to, you know, a higher power, someone above my pay grade. Right? Because we have to do all these things in tandem with energy/spirit if we want to be successful. And we need to be clear of our own mind what it is that we're doing. What are we placing? Why are we placing it there? Why are we having those conversations? Who am I talking to? Who am I seeking out? Right? The clarity of the mind is one of the most powerful tools that we can have, especially in confrontation. we're not there yet. We will get there. Today is actually about campaigns, which I've been wanting to talk about for a while, because whether you're creating a life or you're creating a new business, right, this is something that you can use in order to attract a whole bunch of new business. When you're looking to set something up like this, I can't stress enough the importance of being attractive. Being attractive. Being attractive has nothing to do with what you look like. Being attractive energetically has everything to do with, why do people subscribe to my YouTube channel? What is it that they're getting here? What is it that they're hearing here? Being attractive means that you attract people with your energy, not six-pack abs, although that doesn't always hurt, you know? Ooh, speaking of which. So that leads me directly into our conversation about campaigns, right? What is a campaign? A campaign is something that you set up that will feed the entire population of which you are speaking to. So identify a population and then put something out there for them that will be attractive for them, that will feed into your business or life or whatever it is that you want, right? And so I set up all these campaigns around town, right? And each one is speaking to a different audience, but each one is kind of like siphoning attention, right, from that audience directly into my numbers. And my numbers for right now are really just watching my YouTube subscribers, right? Because that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to build an audience of people who may be interested in things that I have to say as a lecturer, educator, teacher, hopefully thought leader. I'm sure a lot of people are like, not sure you're there yet. Because I do have, some edgy thoughts that I share out there. And some people are going to appreciate it and others are really not going to, because I'm going to challenge the status quo, right? I mean, that's the entire purpose of my books. It's not there for your comfort. It's there to challenge you and what you think about, things based off of spiritual energy. That's it, right? So that's a campaign, right, that I set up all over town to speak with different audiences that I know that I can get in front of and maybe speak to. Okay, so like my first campaign that we've all kind of participated in is my, ooh, look out, danger everywhere. Ah, just kidding. Okay, everybody focus. What's going on? Okay, oh yeah, the buttons. And we're back. So the buttons, right? Team Dale buttons, which we've, kind of identified as our joy button. That was my first campaign that I launched with this, right? And so it's free. You want a Team Dale button, otherwise known as our joy button in this classroom, right? You want a joy button? You just message me your address anywhere or email it to me. Here's my email address right here. I'll take a note of it. You can always talk to me anytime you want, right? Because I do want to be available, right? And whether it's coaching with you just one-on-one, or whether we're doing this kind of big on YouTube and whatever, like I always do want to be available to you. So that's my email address. Send me your physical mailing address, and then I will send you one for free in the mail. Because again, that campaign, if we break it down to what is the energetic thing that I'm trying to do here. What I'm trying to do, energetically speaking, with these buttons, is to bless and create wishes of my hopes and dreams with these little buttons, right? So that I can bless each one and send it out into the world and know that that's one more person that's on Team Dale. That means a lot to me, that you all would do that, that you'd be there for me. Getting emotional. Because I can't do this by myself, right? So that was my first campaign, right? Just send me your mailing address so I can send you one of these for free, because it does me so much good in my soul to be able to mail one off and know that another one of my 1,000 buttons that I created for this is being sent out into the world. It's like a little prayer, right? So energetically speaking, that's what I'm doing with the buttons. So it means a lot to me when you take the time to send me your physical address so that I can send you one. You'll also be able to sign up for them on my website. And I'll just send them to you for free. That's it. That's my only ask, is to let me send you one, because it does me so much good in order to know that there's someone out there who's raised their hand and said, yep, I'm on Team Dale, send me a button. So that's my first campaign, right? And that's been really fun. But then, so I've been in Facebook jail for the last 30 days for saying that people who believe that 8.7 million species of animals could make their way to the Middle East to catch a ferry boat ride that was 510 feet long. I said, well, those people, I don't know, maybe they're morons. I called them morons on Facebook, and it landed me in a 30-day Facebook jail. For saying that people who believe that are morons. I didn't even say certain of name of faith and say the people of this faith are morons. That would have been a little bit more acceptable to me, but I didn't. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But it does go to prove my point that churches have protections. They labeled that as hate speech on Facebook. You think I can post what I actually think? That they're not just morons, that they're bigots? Like raving bigots? Do you need me to go back and read any of the literature that they themselves put out, but then refuse to be held accountable, especially the members, right? Because all the members who belong to and fund that institutionalized bigotry are all like, oh, it's not me. It's not me. I'm a good person. I would never. Sweetie, we have the receipts. If you're sending money to any organization or faith that has bigotry on the books, you are a bigot. You are a bigot. There is no, who belongs to bigoted organizations? Bigots do. And there's just, it just is amazing. So anyhow, before I go down that road yet again, everyone's like, we know, sweetie, we know. Get over it. Like I said, I'm a very damaged person. But, anyhow, churches have protections, minorities do not. Most, institutionalized bigotry has protections that I myself cannot get, right? Because, anyways, you get it, right? They have protections. I cannot say what I actually believe to be true by its very definition. If you were to look it up in the dictionary, I can't say that, even though it is a very true statement. I can't say that because churches have protections. So when, straight white people come at me, well, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. I'm like, oh, girl, here, hold my earrings because we are going to go. That is so offensive. I'm sorry. You can only say that if you've never been a minority who's been marginalized. If you're a minority who's being marginalized, guess what? You probably don't have nice things to say. And anyone who does if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, that is punitive. That is an effort to silence people who are being maligned, who are being harmed. Right? Tell me is that not clear? I have a lot of things to say that are not nice, but that are of love. And that definition, right? That's where we're going. Because again, if it's of love, let's lift it up. But if it's not, then love said no. Not on my watch. Not ever on my watch will bigotry against minorities be okay. And anyone who tells me to be silent, that if I have nothing nice to say, to not say those things, better look out. Better look out. Team Dale's coming through. And Team Dale is nobody's doormat. Nobody. Right? You don't get to marginalize my family and then walk around thinking you're a good person. I will make that very clear. No problem. So, I'm out of Facebook jail. Hooray. So stupid. I really hate that platform. It's so... anyways, I really wish somebody would develop a healthier version of that type of social media, but I haven't found one yet. But anyhow, the point... Is there a point anywhere? Has any... Oh, there it is. The point is that, yes, I've been in Facebook jail for 30 days for calling, certain group of people morons. But what that caused me to do is to step away from my normal Facebook page. So on Facebook, I'm at Dale Allen Rouse. Same with Instagram, same with YouTube. Everything is just Dale Allen Rouse. Anyhow, so I've had to step away from that from the last 30 days because I couldn't access it. So I wasn't just sitting around going, boo-hoo, I'm in Facebook jail. I started an entire new Facebook life that targeted only thirsty boys. Let's be honest, right? Because in that world, let's just say I know how to work it, right? In that world of gay thirsty boys, right? And so I started an entire new Facebook profile that is kind of raunchy, really fun. Yeah. Because before on my regular Facebook page, like I kind of straddle these two worlds, right? Like I have like all these spiritual people and the shaman people and whatever, and then I have all my porn star friends and like, so it's just like, okay, how about we like actually separate these two? Because like the crossover is not always appropriate. And so I started this new Thirsty Boy page, and like that's a campaign. What did I do? I put up a post on the Thirsty Boy page that said, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, I will DM you nudes, right? And like I had 50 new subscribers like within an hour. I'm like, okay, now we're getting somewhere with these numbers. Like you got to meet people where they live, I guess. So, there's an entire new portion of the population who's seen everything, and I have 50 new subscribers. Yay me! Like, I am not above, like, making it happen for myself, clearly. So, but that's a campaign, right? So I got the button campaign going on. I have the Thirsty Boy campaign going on, because those boys are motivated. I mean, like, I was kind of surprised. I was like, oh, wow, why didn't I think of this sooner? And I was mostly joking, and not everyone was, most people were like, I'm just here to support you. You don't have to send me nudes or whatever else. But anyhow, it was really fun. And so that's there. So that's a second campaign. My button campaign, my Thirsty Boy campaign. Oh, now I'm doing another business card campaign where I'm going to be printing up 1,000 business cards that have the information of who I am and what I'm doing, right? So that I can go and drop them off at spiritual bookstores and things like that that says free shamanic reading. Right? You want a shamanic reading, we'll do through tarot cards is what I normally use, although I don't always have to. Sometimes I just intuit. So I, certainly willing to do that. And again, that's just another campaign so that I can take these business cards around to every single spiritual bookstore in town and leave them for people to, at the register for people to check out. And if they want to see what I'm doing, it'll be, interesting. Once I have it fully drafted, I'll show you what I'm doing. But anyways, that's another campaign so that there's business cards in bookstores all over Southern California. Or if you know of a bookstore that might like to join in this, please message me. Like, I need your help. Like, that's another campaign right there, right? I need your help campaign. The viewers on YouTube, I need your help. I need you to, at a minimum, share my videos on other social media platforms if you can, please. Like, because I just need to get those subscriber numbers up. So when we're talking about pre-sale on the books, things like that, which is going to be happening next week, that I have as many people that I can talk to as possible. So that'll be another campaign. I'm so glad I just thought of it just right now. You guys, help me out. please. So share my videos if you can. I'd greatly appreciate it. But whatever I can do for you, or if you can think of another campaign of something I can offer to you, the people who actually take the time to watch this. And by the way, thank you so much, because I know it's really easy to just skip over. But I work really hard to make these fun and entertaining and educational. So it means a lot to me when you there take the time to be on board. It means a lot to me because I feel the love, I feel the Team Dale coalescing, and there will be a day that's coming where I have 100,000 followers on YouTube, and what I'm saying here is reaching more people. I hope it does. I really want that life for myself, not just for myself, but because I feel like I really can help other people. And I want a life where that's the cornerstone, where money is not the cornerstone, where avarice is not the cornerstone. I'm tired of that, right? And I want to create a life for myself that will take me through the next 20 years, the next chapter of my life, based on something more rewarding than just making money. I've been there, I've done that, and it's not rewarding. I'd rather be helping you all, coaching you all, bringing you all along on the journey of this madness and, have a little bit of fun. And, I'll hope to, elevate our consciousness, quite frankly. So that's what's going on, right? I'm out of Facebook jail. I'll start plugging back into there. But those are campaigns that I'm launching right now. And, if you can think of any more, send it to me. Or if you have a, background in business that, you've seen these things done successfully. Oh, the other thing I really need help with social media. Anyone got a spare 14-year-old who can teach me how to do Instagram stories? It's bad. I don't know how to do that. And it makes me so mad because I don't understand when I upload a video to Instagram stories, why they chop it up into a bunch of little sections. Don't do that. Don't do that. I just want to upload the whole video to my story. Do I have to put it on IGTV? I don't know anything about this, and it's super frustrating, and I can't figure it out. So I really need help with things like that. Oh, TikTok, Instagram stories, IGTV. If you have anybody who knows about that kind of stuff, can you please send them my email address? Again, it's dale@daleallenrouse.com. I need help with that because I have 30,000 followers on Instagram, but I don't know what to do with them in order to leverage that into more traffic for YouTube. Anyhow, I need help. So, there's that. Oh, then guess what? I was talking about before, some of my whales are starting to land. Hooray! Whopple! Bring it on in! Beep! Beep! Oh, God! And we're back. Just got... anyhow. Never mind. So, yeah, some of my whales are starting to land, which is awesome. I have an appointment on Thursday to go check out a spiritual retreat in Santa Monica, of a place that I'd really be interested in holding some classes and doing some talks. So I'm excited about that, to go and check that out on Thursday. Again, I think that just getting in front of this new studio, that's a campaign right there, right? Seeing this studio and working the relationships of this particular institution, that's another campaign, right? So it's, again, programming your reticulated activator to look for opportunity no matter where you are, right? And once you program your mind to look for opportunity like that, it just starts appearing everywhere. It's so awesome. So, I think that's it. I think that's where we are today. I'm super excited to announce that we have 778 subscribers now on YouTube. Thank you, Thirsty Boys. That was very successful. And but that's where we are. If you can, please share my stuff. I really appreciate you being on Team Dale. I hope that this is worth it for you. We're going to be having a really great week. I'm so excited to be through my 3-week slump and have my energy and enthusiasm back. So I'm really grateful for that. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye.